Hello everybody and welcome to Attaché, the show that gets you in, out, and around some of the world's greatest cities. My name is Alex Hunter and I'll be your Sherpa on this life well traveled, and today we're in Amsterdam. There are a million reasons why you could be coming to Amsterdam, a lot of which I probably don't want to know about. But this isn't the one-dimensional city that the tired cliches and knowing chuckles would have you believe it is. There is way more to Amsterdam than the coffee shops and cabarets. Historically, geographically, and culturally of huge significance, Amsterdam is one of those cities that rewards the traveler who puts down the guidebook, bins the tours, and starts exploring. And we're going to give you everything you need to do just that. Amsterdam is served by Schiphol, an absolute monster of an airport located about 7 miles southwest of the city. This really is a huge airport, the 5th biggest in the world by area, and it has 6 runways, so it can make for some absurdly long taxi times from the terminal onto the runway. The neat thing about Amsterdam Airport is that despite being so huge, it only has one mega terminal that's divided into 3 interconnected halls. So this makes transiting through Amsterdam actually really easy, and it's something that the airport has built its reputation on. And if you are transiting through Schiphol and you're a plane nerd like I am, then definitely check out the Panorama Terrace. It's a free open-air viewing terrace with its own little Fokker.
Come on, man.
It's a Fokker, it's an airplane. Look, the little Fokker's right there.
Royal Dutch Airlines. A personal, courteous service, continuously surrounding all those who travel by air.
So when you've had your fill of airplane geekery, how do you get into town from Schiphol? Good news, it is easy. There is a train that runs every 10 minutes from the airport into central Amsterdam. The journey only takes 20 minutes, and it's usually on one of these awesome double-decker trains. Is it weird that I get excited by double-decker trains?
Yes.
It is? If it's weird to be excited by double-decker trains, I don't want to be right, Greg. Anyway, to find these magical double-decker trains, you need to find the double-decker train. You need to go to the Schiphol Airport Railway Station, which is located directly below the main airport passenger terminal. You can buy a ticket from one of these yellow kiosks or from a ticket counter. But if you use a counter, you'll be charged an extra euro for the privilege. A ticket from the airport into Amsterdam will cost you €4.20. But if you're planning on using any public transport in Amsterdam while you're here, it's well worth getting one of these, an Amsterdam travel ticket. Not only will it get you from the airport into town and back again, it will also give you unlimited travel on all trams, metros, trains, buses, and ferries operated by GVB. For €25 for 3 days, that is a no-brainer. Are there other ways to get to the airport? Yeah, but you don't get to go on a double-decker train, so what's the point? Taxis will cost 10 times as much as trains, same with Uber, and the bus takes twice as long as the train, so you know what to do, folks. Amsterdam's public transport system is comprehensive, cheap, and easy to use. With trams, trains, metros, buses, and boats, you have plenty of options to get around this great city. The tram is the main form of transport here in Amsterdam. There are 16 lines that spider out from the center of the city across the entire place, and there are tram stops everywhere. All the tram stops, like this one, have local area maps as well as full network maps, so getting around using the tram is really easy. One last thing about the trams, a lot of the tracks are at the same level as the street, and it is alarmingly easy to just walk straight onto the tram tracks, and that could ruin your day. So keep an eye out when you're crossing the streets, especially in a lot of traffic when there's stuff flying by your head. One of those things flying by your head isn't a tram. There's also a metro system with 4 lines, 3 of which start right here at Amsterdam Central Station. Now, the metro predominantly serves the neighborhoods in southeastern Amsterdam, but it's still a worthwhile way of getting around those parts of town. So when you've got your Amsterdam travel ticket or your OV chip card, which is their equivalent to the oyster or octopus card, the kind lady here at Sloterdijk Station reminded us that you have to tap in and tap out, not just at the beginning and end of your journey, but whenever you change from a train to a tram or a tram to a bus or anything like that, to make sure that you don't make the mistake that we just did. For planning your public transport adventures, Amsterdam has the very handy 9292 app, which gives you route planners and scheduling for all of the city's public transport options. And of course, Google Maps, which I don't know what we would do without on these adventures, covers the city well and includes most of the public transport options in its directions. Arguably, Amsterdam's most popular form of transport is the bicycle or bike. There are more bikes in Amsterdam than there are people, and the city is incredibly bike friendly, with bike lanes along almost every major street. Contrary to popular belief, bikes do not have the right of way over other traffic in Amsterdam, so don't go plowing through intersections thinking you're Johnny Invincible, 'cause you're not. I have angered the gods! And remember, Amsterdammers have been riding bikes since the day they were born, with many of them having cycled right out of the womb. So don't get in their way. They've got places to be and people to see. And if you get in the way, you're gonna know about it. Amsterdam cyclists, the silent killer. But here's the thing, Amsterdam, like most of the Netherlands, is very, very flat. It's also pretty compact, which makes it a very walkable city. Most of the major tourist destinations are within no more than 30 minutes walk from Amsterdam Central Station. So next time you're planning your route, take a look at the walking directions on Google Maps before you look at the transportation directions. Oh, and if you're a strong swimmer, feel free to navigate the city using the city's canals. Don't do that. That was a joke. Don't do that. You'll die. When you think of the great food cultures of the world, you don't automatically think of the Dutch, but there are loads of Dutch contributions to our global kitchen, more than you might think. Hell, Dutch cheese alone should reserve the Netherlands' place at the table. Gouda, Edam, Leerdam are all Dutch. But it's not just about cheese. There is so much great food across this city. Arguably the Netherlands' national dish is raw herring. Stay with me, it's delicious. It's actually salt cured and usually served with onions and pickles. And you can find it on street stalls like this or in the fanciest restaurants in town. But either way, it is amazing. It'll either come in one big piece, and in that case, just pick it up and dangle it in, or sometimes it'll be chopped up and given to you in a paper plate like this or in a napkin. But no matter how you get it, because it is a part of Dutch cuisine. Oh, it's like Dutch sushi. Another favorite bite-sized treat are bitterbal. They're round balls of beef ragu covered in breadcrumbs and then deep fried. They're usually served in bars as snacks and almost always arrive in groups of 5. And they always come with mustard. You've got to try these. They are a Dutch favorite. We asked our good friends over on the Amsterdam subreddit of reddit.com, as is tradition, to point us in the direction of their favorite Amsterdam Eats. And as always, Redditors were extremely generous with their tips and suggestions of where we should eat in this city that is fanatical about its food. I want to thank user LockstockNL for pointing us in the direction of this unique Amsterdam dining experience, Fibo. Now this ain't exactly fine dining, but it's the fast casual fuel that Amsterdam runs on. It's basically a giant vending machine with hot and cold snacks. Now there's a bunch of different choices to make. My personal favorite is this, the calf's croquette, which is basically the beef ragu covered in breadcrumbs in this portable, bite-sized format. It's sometimes easy to forget that Indonesia was a Dutch colony until 1949, and during that period, a lot of Indonesian people came over to the Netherlands, and when they did, they brought their incredible food with them. So all over Amsterdam, you can find these amazing Indonesian dishes like nasi goreng, which is one of my absolute favorites. A great way to end your Amsterdam day is with this, kapsalon, which weirdly means barbershop in Dutch. And while it's not strictly an Amsterdam thing, apparently it was invented in Rotterdam, it's still incredible. And it's French fries covered in doner or shawarma meat, then covered in melted Gouda cheese, and then salad, and spicy garlic sauce. We're talking 1,800 calories of Dutch madness here. Brilliant. Brilliant. Like most of Europe, the Netherlands uses the euro, and because of all the recent Brexit nonsense, the value of the euro has been all over the place. So keep an eye on it before you come over, because it could drastically change the cost of things for you. And with that in mind, let's do the rundown. A cup of coffee will cost you around €2.20. A pint of beautiful Dutch beer will cost you around €5.50. And for the most reliable indicator of a nation's cost, the good old Big Mac, you're going to pay about €3.55. Amsterdam is generally a very safe city. Violent crimes, especially against tourists, are very rare. But pickpockets do roam the tourist-heavy areas, so like the savvy travelers I know you all are, watch your pockets, stow the bling, and you'll be fine. So now, dear viewer, it's time for the uncomfortable conversation in our relationship, tipping. The good news is it's actually pretty simple here. When you're at a restaurant and looking at the menu, the service fees and taxes are rolled into the price that you see. That's required by law. So if you want to leave a tip as an appreciation for a good experience, 5 to 10% is more than enough. And that, my friends, is the Attaché Guide to Amsterdam. If you've been here before and feel like we've missed something out, or you live in this great city and wish there was that one thing that everybody knew before they came here, then leave it in the comments section below. And while you're there, take a second to subscribe, because we have some amazing cities coming up in the rest of Season 3. And now Greg and I are off to buy our stroopwafels and raw herring for our loved ones, because nothing says I love you like raw herring. Come on, Greg, let's go.